Hi guys, my name's Ellie, welcome to my channel, and I'm sorry that I'm very overcast and washed out, but it's raining, but I also want to film my intro. So, it is August, we are doing 1 month 1 palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Selfmade palette. So, this is limited edition and sold out, and it looks a little washed out and meh here. I had intended to do 1 month 1 palette with the RKO palette, but it has not arrived yet, so I am trying to be good and wait patiently. And so in the meantime, I thought I would do this. This is one that might be up for panning next year, and I just kind of want to reacquaint myself. You've got a lot of really nice shades in here. This was one of my oldest palettes, this and the Lorac Pro Matte, which I am currently panning. I got them for Christmas like 2 or 3 years ago, and they're gorgeous, but they were a lot for beginners, and so I may have like pushed them aside a little bit out of fear and never really come back to them. But there are some really gorgeous shades in here. Sherbet, I'm not sure how much I'm going to use. It's kind of a satin, and I don't always like satins in my crease. But yeah, stuff like Selfmade, Pink Champagne, Deep Purple, Metallic Plum. I've used Isla a lot and really liked it. I just want to get a little bit more usage and acquaintance with Anastasia Beverly Hills shades, because the Norvina palette is on my radar right now, and I might be interested. So I think these are good shades for work and nice things for me to play out and try some stuff on. I'm really probably not going to use Spirit Rock. It's a matte black with like pink glitter in it, and I just really don't see myself pulling for that. But I think this will be something that I will get some good usage out of, get some inspiration, try some stuff out, and yeah, hopefully this will be fun for you guys. I'm gonna put in some looks right here. So I used blush into Witchy with some Pink Champagne on the inner corner, and I really like it. I think it's a very nice soft look, which matches the rainy weather outside. So I used Blossom into Metallic Plum with some Treasure on the inner corner, and I think it's very nice and goes with my outfit. So, time to go to work. So today I used Deep Purple and Selfmade on my lid, and I threw a little bit of sherbet in the crease on top of what I already had. Both of the lid shades took a little bit more work than I would like, but I think that has to do with how old the palette is, and the fact that, like, this was limited edition 2-ish, maybe 3 years ago. Like, this is an old palette. So, bit of a reminder that I might need to go through this faster than I had originally planned, because the shadows might be getting old, and I forgot that powders don't always work the same once they're old. So, I did use my finger for Selfmade, that helped a lot. I think I'll start doing that with some of the other shades as well, just to get the opacity that I want. But yeah, I really like it. The color is pretty. So today I used Selfmade into Witchy, and I used a little bit of sherbet to blend out what I put in my crease, and I quite like it. I've made a similar look where I just did like Witchy all over the crease and some other stuff, but this is quite cute. I'm kind of kicking myself for not having used this palette a lot more earlier. So today I put Selfmade all over the lid with a cream shadow in the crease, and I quite like it. This is really pretty. I think it's a nice way to amp up my neutral I'm running late makeup. So I have to go because I'm running late. So I really like how this turned out. I put Monolith from the RKO palette in my crease, but everything else is out of the Selfmade palette. I have Deep Purple to darken the crease around the edges on the middle part of the lid. I've got Metallic Plum on the outer corner. I've got Isla on the inner third, and I have Treasure as my inner corner highlight, and I like it a lot. This is really pretty. I should wake up early enough that I can do more than just throw Selfmade all over the lid, because this, I like this. So, I did another look today, but as you can see it's raining, and the lighting in my room was too dark to show it properly, so I have Isla into Deep Purple on my lid, and I did Monolith from the Clean On Cosmetics palette. Everything's a little messy because, you know, doing your makeup in the dark, and I have a little bit of Treasure on the inner corner, but I quite like it. I'm into it. I have to go to work now. So I did another very neutral look. I have Hot and Cold on the lid, with sherbet blending it out in the crease and treasure on the inner corner. So this is very nice. Again, bringing back to the idea that if I had used this palette as like a daily thing and known how to use it back when I first got it, I would have gotten a ton more use out of it, and I might pan this next year. So, we have reached the end of the month. Let's see what we got accomplished. Kapow! So, not a ton of visible progress. The most you can see is I really dug into Selfmade. Let's knock that out. I did not use Spirit Rock. I'm not that interested in a black with scattered glitter, which is what that is. I did not use Hot Chocolate or Buttery, because those are kind of standard shades. I did overall have a lot of fun with this palette. Unfortunately, this is one of those months where I was sleeping in a lot and doing quick looks, so I did a lot of packing Selfmade all over the lid with something brown in the crease and just running with it. That said, I quite liked it. I got a good look. I used every other shade in the palette, and I had a good time. I'm thinking this might be a panning next year type palette. I'm a little sad that they don't make it anymore, that it was so limited edition, because this is it's a nice color story. You've got your neutral tones, you've got a gold, you've got a fun pop. This purple blends quite well with a lot of the other shades, like that. Those two together, and those two, and these two, all worked really, really well. You've got this nice dark metallic plum shade for just darkening stuff up, and for your very easy days, you can kind of do hot and cold or Selfmade with sherbet in the crease. So, I like this a lot. I got a lot more office-appropriate looks than I thought I was going to, and I really think that this is the kind of color story that they need to have in their line. We're seeing a lot of things that are similar like this, but are a lot more just crease shades as opposed to actual like dimensional lid shades. I also think if this re-released with her current formula, this would be a bomb palette. And I'm going to try and potentially pan it next year and use it up, because this is one of the oldest palettes in my collection, and I kind of am sad that I didn't use it more at the beginning, because I got it and it was a little overwhelming, and I think if I had given it some work, I could have really got a ton of looks and use out of this, and I don't know, just had a bit more fun. I would like to hit pan on some stuff in here and use it up. So, that's where we are. Yeah, this is one of those things from back when Anastasia Beverly Hills did, they'd come up with a palette, but it would be limited edition, and now a lot more palettes are permanent. I think that's really affected the way they do the color story in the palettes. Yeah. I also really like this packaging. It's pretty, it's textured, it's different, but it's not going to get nearly as dirty as that felt stuff they put on everything currently. And this little plaque right here that just says Anastasia Beverly Hills is very classy. This is a very nice, pretty palette. Yep. In theory, this is expired. It has a 6-month shelf life, and I've had it for definitely more than 6 months. Let me see. No, there's no kind of date on here I could do. I might check it through, there's a couple websites where you can check the batch codes and see how old something is. Not sure how that works with limited edition products, but I had a lot of fun with this. Hopefully you guys liked the looks, and thank you guys for watching. Maybe we'll see this being panned next year. See you then.